Namaste, welcome to my channel, Center for Balance. My name is Melissa Sanangelo, the Groovy Goddess, and this is just a little video blog about spirituality and a revelation that I kind of had today. I find it fitting I'm wearing my spiritual gangster sweatshirt as I record this. That was not planned. I just noticed that as I was looking at my reflection in the video. And I have to mention, I am at Henry Cal Park, San Lorenzo River. I'll turn the camera around so you can see this beautiful fall day that I'm looking at. And if you can see, there's a lot of sun on my face. It feels very warm and awesome. So I hope you're feeling the effects of that as you watch the video. I wanted to talk about spirituality and what I think spirituality is and what I believe and follow, only because it has come up so much in my life that people want to know or they misinterpret. I get asked this all the time. What do you believe in? Do you follow this? Do you follow that? Are you Wiccan? Are you Buddhist? Are you Christian? Are you, why do you think that way? What do you believe in? A lot of people ask me because I guess I put it out there, but I put it out there in ways basically of being open and not labeling myself and society. They like to label. Jakey, you stay here, Bubba. My dog's, do you see my dog wandering? Jakey? I don't like it when he gets too far, so I might have to turn off the camera and go get him if he starts wandering away too. Jakey, come here. All right, so yeah, I don't like to label myself. I don't like to put myself in a box. I like to just be open. Yeah, you good boy. I like to just be open. Spirituality to me basically is living a life where I'm heart-centered, not so much in the mental, although I can get mental. But I like to come from a place of compassion and live a life where I'm being of service. So, the chosen life of being a healer versus having a daytime, a 9-to-5 job. That was a choice I made, and I still stand by that choice, even though it's been a hard, tough road for a lot of it. But it is a lot easier now as I have gained so much wisdom and understanding, especially over the last year, healing myself from a lot of heartbreak. So basically, I'm open. I have a lot of beliefs. I can look at different religions and see some good in all of it, and I can let go of what doesn't serve me very easily. And I get up every day and I think, how can I serve humanity? And one way that I serve humanity is having this channel. I like to talk about experiences and epiphanies that I have, tips that I have to help people live a happy, healthy life. That's basically what I'm trying to do here. The Groovy Goddess concept is basically finding that authentic self within yourself. And I feel like I have gained that. The concept was born 15 years ago, and I really didn't own it until a year, 2 years ago. Really owned it. Really feel like I'm at that place of being a groovy goddess every day, not just on certain days. I look at the universe as a magical space, a playing field of magnetic energy that Your thoughts attract your life to you. I really know this. I've stepped out of the trauma and the fear from my past, and that was the one reason why I wanted to do this video today, is I had a huge epiphany. I've been asking the universe, why do people get really close to me and then decide to walk away and block and almost denounce my spirituality and who I am and the life that I live, when I feel like I'm in a space of love, which is good for everyone. So I don't really understand why certain people turn away and walk away. And I've been asking the universe to show me why, and where did it stem from, and how do I heal it? Because one of these people that have walked away is my daughter. Doesn't speak to me, and I feel like a lot of it has to do with my belief system. And there's a lot of reasons for that. For me thinking that, there's a lot of memories that I look back on, and so that's why I think that, maybe consciously or subconsciously, she does or doesn't know that. That's her journey. But today I was meditating, and a memory popped up. And I do want to say, before I talk about this, that right now is an intense energy portal. We're coming up to the 11/11, which also 2018 is the year of illumination, the 11 year. And if you followed me at all, you've heard me say this. So right now it's an intense time to be meditating and asking these questions, because you're going to get shown. The veil is thin. You're going to see signs and synchronicities. And I've been asking certain things of the universe to show me, and they're showing up. And I trust this. I trust this completely. So as I was meditating today, this memory popped up, and it was a memory of me at 6 years old, standing in the kitchen with my mother. My grandmother had just been diagnosed with colon cancer and admitted to the hospital. And I remember telling my mother that she was going to die. And I remember the reaction on my mother's face was horrific. And I've always known, if you follow me at all or you know me personally, you know that my mother and I do not have a very good relationship. And I've always fought to change it. And she's been blocked. So, for 52 years, I shouldn't say 52 years, because at up to 6 years old, I felt like we had a normal family. We had Sunday dinners with my grandmother and my grandfather. I had an uncle. I had a cousin. I had a family. We celebrated holidays together, and so I felt like I had a family for 6 years. And then my grandmother died when I was 6 years old, and my family fell apart, and nobody spoke to each other after that. And that's when the trauma and the hurt and the abandonment and all that stuff began. And I always thought it was because of my grandmother's death, that somehow my mother felt so traumatized by this death that she just couldn't go on, because her life just fell apart from there. And she began hoarding and collecting and just being very distant with me, leaving me alone a lot. I mean, the whole trauma of my childhood began at 6 years old at my grandmother's death. And I've always thought it was because of her death. And today in meditation, it was shown to me that it was because of my psychic ability, because I went to my mother and told her that her mother was going to die, that she resented me. And consciously or unconsciously, whether she knows this or not, I believe that this is where it all began, because that's how it unfolded in this meditation that I had today. And I thought, wow, that makes a lot of sense. So what happens when you don't heal something like that? When something like that happens in your life, in your childhood, and you walk away and you don't heal it, and you don't look at it, you don't understand, and you start going through life, it starts repeating in your life. And so the next time it repeated in my life was during my marriage. When at the end of my marriage, my ex-husband came to me. I was starting to wear crystals. I was starting to get into a little bit of spirituality, rituals and things like that, just crystals, getting into it, getting into energy and that kind of stuff, and stepping into my own personal power. And when I started to do that, he brought home a cassette tape that said How to Rid Your Life of Witches, and told me I had to listen to this and then rid my life of everything that it said in the tape. And in the tape, it talked about crystals and, belief systems and things like that that I resonated with, but wasn't willing to give up. And that was the end of my marriage. And since then, my ex-husband has played a role with my child, our child, that what I do for a living now, energy work and healing work, is bad and evil and not good. And I remember a time when my daughter and I used to have fairies we would build little fairy houses in our backyard, and we watched Charmed on TV, and so we had a book of shadows that we used to write in, and we used to play and do things like that. And then one day it stopped when she was 9 years old, and she didn't want to do any of those things anymore. And I know that influence came from my ex-husband, because he came to me in our marriage and said, this all needs to stop. So I know that he went to our daughter when she maybe shared what we were playing. She probably innocently shared that we do these things. And he was like, no, they're evil, not good, or whatever he said. I don't know. But I know that those types of interactions stopped with my daughter, and things started to become more separate. And it almost seemed like there was a wedge drawn between us at that time that I've kind of been fighting for years and years and years. I've stopped fighting, though. I'm just letting things unfold. But so today, this was revealed to me, and it's repeated in a couple relationships since my my marriage. So I'm hoping now that with this epiphany, that it can be healed. That now that I know, and I don't have to ask why anymore. Why does my mother treat me this way? Why can't I get through to certain people? Now that I know that it's really not me or what I believe in or what I stand for, it's maybe scary to them, or they don't understand it, or I'm being misunderstood. So that's why I put things out. That's why today I'm putting this out about what my beliefs are spiritually, so that it's clear. And putting it out in the universe, it's clear. I do believe strongly that it's easy for me to tap into a consciousness, that a frequency that has healing ability, that I've always had this, that I'm clairsentient, and I don't really need to research something to know about it. I just intuitively know it. There's, you know, I just have so many stories about things that I do, and then I research that or read about them, and I'm like, oh, this is really a thing. This is really a Qigong move. This is really, you know, a type of meditation. This is really, you know, that happens to me all day long, to the fact where I can't deny it anymore. I don't dabble in anything dark. I don't believe that you can curse anybody or put bad energy on anybody, nor would I ever want to. My heart is full of unconditional love. The people that have turned their backs on me, including my ex-husband, my daughter, any exes that I have, my mother, if they ever came to me and said, I misunderstood what you were doing, you know, I want to clear the air. My heart is open. I do the Ho'oponopono prayer of forgiveness for these people almost every day. If you don't know what that is, it's basically saying to them that you love them, you're sorry for any misunderstandings, please forgive me, and thank you. So let there be no misunderstanding that any healing ability, psychic ability, spirituality that I hold, it's of the highest good. Things may benefit me, but they also benefit everybody else. I'm not in a narcissistic mode where I'm trying to do anything or bring anything better for me personally without it affecting my community, my family, my loved ones, my friends. My spirituality is my personal belief that I do not push on anybody else, but if somebody wants some information from me, I'm willing to give it. I'm willing to help anybody, and that's the path I've chosen. And I hope that this video, and with all the leaves that are falling right now, that every leaf that is falling right now brings unconditional love to the earth and to anyone that's watching, because that's all I want, is to see peace on earth before my time here is done. If I talk about attracting large amounts of money, yes, I would love to create a more comfortable home for myself and my dog and my cat, but I have plans to help my community as well. This time is a very powerful, energetic, magical time. And if there is something that you want to do in your life, some goal you have, some health issue you want to change, some relationship you want to draw towards you, a career, you want to reinvent yourself, whatever it is, do it now. Take some step in asking the universe for what it is, and let your authentic self shine now. Step into your power. and clear out the cobwebs, heal, and send unconditional love to every single person on this planet. And if we can all do that at the same moment, how beautiful would that be? Notice all of the leaves stopped falling, and everything is peaceful. That's how I feel with everybody at the same moment. Let's all do that on 11/11/2018, Sunday. If everybody could let go, forgive, and send love. How awesome would that be? Thank you for listening. I hope I helped you in some way by expressing my journey and my experience. If you would like a reading, a healing, you'd like to talk to me, comment, like, share, subscribe, find me on social media. I send you love. Namaste.
Join and follow the Groovy Goddess journey and find where it leads you. We will search for our own authentic self